Hi, David here, CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. I have found over the years that gaining freedom, true freedom, requires two things: clarity and focus. Without those, I see too many hardworking entrepreneurs just chasing bright, shiny objects on the hunt for what they really don't know that they're looking for. Yes, early on in life, it's about making enough money to make ends meet and then to rise above and have more stability and then eventually get into a lifestyle that you want you and your family to be accustomed to. No judgment about that at all. That's very, very traditional. But what we really want in life, what we really want is more time freedom. Doesn't mean you have to retire. Doesn't mean you quit doing something to be purposeful, but just doing it, whatever it is, in a way that you enjoy it. I've seen so many people who didn't like what they were doing, the work they were doing, just in burnout mode because they felt like they had to do it one certain way, and that one certain way got them to a certain level in life. But it certainly wasn't what they aspired for, and they couldn't see doing it that way for the rest of their life or until they got to that, quote, retirement age, 65, 67, 70 years old, which I think, in my opinion, is ridiculous. If you love what you're doing, it's not really work, is it? But how many people get up and go to work every day because they feel like they have to, because they're obligated and they have to do it a certain way? Once you learn how to replace your income with assets outside of your primary business, because in your primary business, while that's an asset, the asset is primarily you working in it. So it's an asset, but it doesn't provide freedom. Assets outside your business, the money that you make and have discretionary application to save it and put it somewhere, that's what changes the model. So we look at the freedom number. The freedom number is, what does it take to run your lifestyle, your family's lifestyle today? What are all the costs? When people can be specific about that number, and I mean really specific, down to the dollar, yes, will it change? Yes, of course that number will change, but you've got to get specific at least one time, and then you can change that number as you go. Understand what that number looks like, and then focusing on not an accumulation model, how much can I stick away in the 401k, the cash balance plan, the savings, the crypto, the whatever. No, it's about assets that actually produce income that will start to replace your freedom number. That's what it takes. That's the clarity. And when people start focusing on it that way, it changes everything. I mean everything. Even if you're still several years or 3 or 5 or 7 years away from getting to that freedom number, you now have a focal point and something that you, and very importantly, the rest of your family, particularly your spouse, significant other, can see as well. Because everybody wants to know what's in it for them. And if you hold out for the bigger lifestyle, but there's no real freedom, there's no time with you, there's no memories, then what are you living for? It's a change in mindset. You have to give yourself permission. It's what we do so well in Freedom Founders, because we're a like-minded tribe. We're all focused on the same thing, and we realize there's so many holes in the traditional model that we've grown up with. And if we can see around the other side to see there's a better way, it's a game changer. What about you? You ready for a change in your game plan? Reach out. Love to talk to you.